Well, hello, everybody. This is Leah with Nurturing Your Life. I'm so glad to see you today. Do you ever wake up with achy and stiff joints? Do you feel like you now are hurting more than you did a few years ago? Now that you've hit midlife, maybe your back is sore, maybe your knees feel tight, maybe headaches seem to show up more often. Well, if so, and if you're in perimenopause or menopause stages, you're not imagining that. There are real reasons this is happening. And since this is Pain Awareness Month in September, I'm going to be kicking off a short series called Pain Awareness in Midlife. And I'm going to share why women in this stage of life seem to experience more pain and, more importantly, what you can do to start feeling better. But first, this disclaimer: I'm not a doctor, I'm a health and wellness coach. This information is strictly for educational purposes. It's not meant to be used as medical advice. I always recommend you check with your own health practitioner before starting any kind of nutritional or lifestyle modifications. So, why do we seem to have more pain once we hit midlife? Well, we know we have hormonal changes, right? And as estrogen declines during perimenopause and menopause, the natural protection that it gave your joints and your tissues is reduced. Estrogen is actually anti-inflammatory. So it makes sense, right? If you don't have a lot of it or enough of it, inflammation is going to rise, and that's going to lead to you feeling more stiff, have more aches and pains. Progesterone, another hormone, also tends to decline, and that affects your sleep. And when you're not sleeping, well, your pain tolerance drops, right? We all know that maybe you've been awake and haven't been able to sleep well. Maybe you were traveling. Maybe you were up because you were sick or a loved one was sick, a child, your spouse. And the next day, you just don't feel good. You might notice more aches and pains. Well, what used to feel like a little discomfort can suddenly feel like a lot more in midlife because of the progesterone dropping. And then there's stress. Midlife is often one of the busiest times of life. Maybe you are still caring for kids at home. Maybe you're a grandparent having to care for your grandchildren. Maybe you're caring for elderly parents or loved ones. You're still working outside the home. You've still got obligations in the home and maybe extracurricular activities and just normal day-to-day life, right? That can cause stress. And what happens when we have a lot of stress? Our cortisol level increases, and that causes more muscle tension and headaches. So, if you've been wondering, why do I hurt more now? It's not in your head, it's your hormones, your sleep, and your stress. Those are all working kind of against you. But what are some practical strategies to help? Well, I'm going to give you two today. The first one is an anti inflammatory morning reset. You can start your day off with a glass of water. I know it sounds simple, but there are a lot of people who they reach for coffee or tea first thing in the morning before they've drunk any water. So please, please, please start off, drink a glass of water first before you go for your coffee or your tea. Hydration can help reduce morning stiffness because it helps keep us all fluid going all over our body, and we need that. Now, if you don't like the flavor of it, of just plain water, you can add a little lemon or lime juice to it. But note, if you have reflux, GERD, or H. pylori, you don't want to add that. Those are that's citric acid basically, and that's going to make those conditions worse. Another thing you can do is add an anti-inflammatory food into your meals every day. Now, these can be as simple as blueberries, some leafy greens. You can make you a nice salad, eat some salmon, or even get some turmeric powder. I order mine online. You can also get it at grocery stores. And you can sprinkle that on eggs. You can put it in soup. You can even put it in baked goods and smoothies. The second strategy is some gentle daily movement. Try a short morning stretch, just 2 or 3 minutes to loosen up your joints. And then you could even add in some walking, light strength work. Just 10 minutes is all you really need. The key is to consistently keep moving because movement actually will help keep that inflammation down and keep your joints and your muscles happier. But here's the truth. You're not weak and you're not just getting old. Your body is adapting to major hormonal changes. But the good news is with the right tools, you can reduce your pain and feel more resilient and stronger. And be sure to join me next week because I'm going to talk about the most common types of pain that women in midlife experience so you'll know what's normal versus what might need some extra attention. If you would like some extra help, I would love to help you. You can reach out to me. My Instagram is Leah_Cheshire, or I have a private Facebook group at Nurturing Your Life with Leah. You have my email or you can message me as well. So thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day. Bye for now.